Welcome to episode 2 of drawing myself in different cartoon forms. Enjoy, my friends! Hello, friends. We're back to episode 2 of drawing myself in different cartoon forms. In this episode, I'm going to draw myself in 5 different cartoon forms again, which is going to be the first form is Adventure Time. Now, I haven't really had much experience with watching Adventure Time in my life, but I've seen lots of art for it, and I do think it's very cute and fun. And I kind of wanted to take from the typical Finn hat, but make it a frog, because for those of you who have ever been to my Twitch channel, I do have a frog redeem. Frogs are relatively prevalent on my channel at this point, and I have a cute little froggy hat that I do like to wear on a regular basis. I was having a weirdly hard time trying to get the shape of the arms right, because all of the limbs in Adventure Time for most characters tend to be like thinner limbs, and they're very bendy. There's not very many like harsh angles. It's lots of like rounded and like more simple shapes, if that makes sense, which was a little strange, but I did really enjoy it. Once again, it came to the point of like, I don't understand why, but like the clothing aspect of things will always be fairly boring, just because I don't have a lot of experience with that kind of drawing, and I don't think it'll get better anytime soon. But I hope you enjoy. The next one that we are going to be adding onto our page of many cartoon styles is going to be the Fairly Odd Parents. I could just make myself like Timmy, but I was like, you know what? Why not be one of the fairies? You know, why not? I was very conflicted on what I wanted to do with the hair here. I have many going back erasing, going back erasing, going back erasing, going back erasing. Over and over and over again. And now watching this back, I realized that I completely forgot to add the earring that I had put in the sketch much later on when I'm doing any kind of the recoloring. I also noticed that some of the colors, so with like Fairly Odd Parents, they don't necessarily use black for some of the outlines. They tend to use like just a darker version of whatever the fill color is. And so I notice now, looking back, that some of the colors were like a little bit off compared to what I had originally thought, so it kind of like throws it off. But you know, it is what it is. Another thing that I also noticed looking back on this one is that the eyes are probably a little bit too far apart, and I think that the mouth could have been a little bit lower. Like the mouth and nose combo could have been lower. But you know what? Hindsight's 20/20, and I think it looks pretty okay for what it is. You know, our first shot, not too shabby. Definitely next time would do something different with the hair, and would adjust the eyes a little bit more. But overall, I'm pretty happy with this one. This one was also super easy to make, super fast, and pretty stinking cute, if I do say so myself. And of course, I had to put myself flying because hello, fairies. This next one, I know is kind of weird and kind of random, but we're going to draw me of what I would look like as a character in Peppa Pig. If you've ever seen the TV show that has Peppa Pig in it, I've not, but I know what it is. And for some reason, I was like, oh, hey, this would be funny and silly to add onto the list. And then I was like, oh, wait, I'm going to have to draw myself in this form. And I was like, you know what? Frogs. Granted, Peppa Pig doesn't have any frogs, but it does have other animals drawn in the same like general form. So we're just gonna do our best to make what we think a frog might look like if it was in Peppa Pig. So enjoy. And also, I'm sorry, because this is probably a little terrifying, but you're welcome. This next one is low-key one of my new favorites. I'm not super good with the style of Mario, so I did grab a Mario photo for like reference of kind of what I want like the pose to look like. This one I definitely need a lot more practice with, but I absolutely loved how this one turned out. So I basically drew myself as if I was one of the characters in a Mario game. Give myself like a cute little ponytail and, you know, some little bangs in the front. This is probably my favorite one that we've done so far. And I loved the incorporation of the purple. I love the style. It's just very fun and cute and adorable. 10 out of 10. Here I go. Get it? Like Mario? Last but not least, our final version is going to be Ouran High School Host Club. This is an anime that I watched when I was in junior high, and it was like my favorite thing on the entire planet, and I watched it like 50 times through. This is actually a drawing that I did of one of my viewers, JC. So I already had like the template of what the female dress is supposed to look like from Ouran. So I just decided to take that picture and kind of trace over it. Because this, like I said, this is one that I previously drew. And it'll just make it a lot easier for the pose. Because I couldn't find very many pose references on the internet. So I'm just sticking with the same one that I used previously. I know it's not super crazy and majestic, but that's okay. We did our best. And anime is so hard. I can do cartoons. Anime drawing is a whole nother ball game, and I'm not super good at it. But you know what? We're learning, friends. I will say with this one, I did like the way that I did the eyes this time versus the original eyes that I did. I feel like the way that I colored them gave them a little bit more depth this time compared to the first time that I ever did this kind of art style. And that's it. That's our last one for the day. And we're going to put it into the image with all of them. And I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. I think it looks pretty cute. Let me know what your thoughts are down below and what other kind of cartoons you think that I should do next. Bye, friends.